Hey, Bad Popp here. I got bad news for all you people out there who thought I'm some kind of pro-life tool. We're bagging on religion. And why we're doing that? Because Redonkulus operates on only two rules. One, everyone gets bagged on, and two, we will offend you. So get ready. Oh, and I forgot the unwritten rule. I always gotta have a beer in my hand, otherwise the liquid humor doesn't come out into the universe. And with that being said, get on your knees and aim to please. Winning. And while you're down there, pray to whatever deity you call holy for help you get through this, because you're gonna need it. Yeah. First, we're gonna start off with the Bigkahuna, the one I was raised under, Christianity. I was raised with this one, but it does have its fair share of what the f moments at a TED out. First, we're gonna start off with Immaculate Conception. What is this, Star Wars with Anakin Skywalker? I don't know, they're not making that a religion yet.
Joseph, I'm with child.
What?
Honey, you must believe me. This child came from God.
You know, that might be the name you use, but really, tell me, what was his real name? And please check out this episode, Zombie Jesus, because I use the Hollywood definition. If you're dead for 3 days and get up, you're a zombie.
Don't say that. What? That? What? That? The Z word. Don't say it. Why not? Because it's ridiculous.
Jesus brought Lazarus back from the dead, so he made a zombie before him, so there's actually a precedence for this, making it more believable. And then there's the walking on water and turning water into wine for a wedding big party or something, which is cool. Winning.
Look how drunk I am!
Next, I want to say we wouldn't have Christianity without the Jews. I call them the first bookers. That book was written by a bunch of different dudes, and it's quite brutal and unforgiving. Judaism, winning. Israel would not exist if it wasn't for America. America is mainly Christian, and we send a lot of money to Israel, and we back them up. They would not be here today because they would wipe them out.
Allahu Akbar!
The big holiday that they have is Hanukkah, which is 8 days of lights. Which do you think is more plausible? An Immaculate Conception or making 1 day of oil last for 8 days? You answer that question. I'll just leave you with that. Next, we're going to go into one that people get really mad about when you talk about it, and that's Islam. But let's boil it all down to how it began. We have Muhammad. Average guy, had an older wife, had a mediocre life as a tradesman. One day he decides,
Old wife, I've had enough of your crazy bullshit. I'm gonna go live in a cave.
and he goes in the cave and he writes a book. In that book, it mentions Jesus 25 times and himself only 4 times. Now, I don't know what you call that, but you get kicked out of college for that today, I'm just saying. I want you to watch this quick clip here of an imam turning Christian after reading the Quran in depth.
Quran says Jesus is word of God. If my teacher said the word of God is creator, which means Jesus is creator, then the Muslims must become Christian.
There's a lot of liberal tards out there that are telling you that Islam is a religion of peace. I don't know about you, but when you're reading a holy text that supposedly comes from God and it says all non-believers should be put to death, that doesn't really bode well for your argument of peace. Let's go down in order thus far. We have water to wine. We have fire and brimstone. We have and last on this board is, hey, it's all good. That's it. It's all good, man. The Buddhists. They're the coolest people on the planet. And why? Because Buddha got fat one day, had no choice but to sit down and get happy.
I'm not gonna do any harm and I'm just gonna be happy.
There's nothing wrong with that, and that is a winning in my book. Now, in truth, this is actually a case of right place and right time. Because if that happened today, he would be the poster child of the people of Walmart.com. Just saying. I want some more fried dough. Winning? No. If the Buddhists are the coolest people on the planet, then the women of the Mormon religion, they're the biggest sheeples of the planet, I'm just saying. Basically, some dude decided he liked pussy and wanted to have multiple wives, so he ran down to Utah to start his own religion, which revolved around 7 golden discs that nobody ever saw. And there you go. That right there is like sitting in a pool eyeballs deep of crazy, and you don't know how to swim. What the f*** were you thinking? I love pussy just as much as the next guy. But I'm not gonna write a check against 5 of them. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Yeah, you must be, because you're in hell. Of all of these religions, the Mormon one reeks of the most bullshit. The only one that actually comes close to that is Scientology. And that is such a huge bowl of crazy, I'm gonna probably have to do a show specifically about that. I'm probably not going to be able to approach the South Park explanation of Scientology because that was absolute genius. But I'm going to do the best I can. All right, after them, I put the Jehovah Witnesses. They make the most assholes per capita on the planet. So basically what they say, only 144,000 people are going to be allowed into heaven. Well, guess what? I got bad news for you and me. None of us were making the cut. There's a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses out there who won't even interact with you in the real world, which you have to do to live, because you're not a Jehovah's Witness and they are. Hey, your house is on fire. Would you like me to come over there and help you put it out? No, I can't because I'm not a Jehovah's Witness? All right, yeah, burn to death then. F you. Of all of the religions here, the most fascinating one is the Hindu religion, because it is so old, it goes beyond 10,000 years back. And basically what that religion states is some major overpowering god came along, crapped out the universe, and left it in charge with a bunch of minor gods who managed the day-to-day affairs of its crap. You and I and everyone else here are just a bunch of walking, talking, highly evolved turds. We are in a world of shit. That religion also revolves around karma, reincarnation, which is basically going back to the spawn point and doing it until you get the level right. You're caught in the longest game of Call of Duty in the universe. Now, the only other religion that even competes with Hinduism as to age is paganism. And the only reason that's not on the board is, one, I couldn't really read up on it that well, and two, it influenced pretty much all of these. An example, Christianity, eating flesh and drinking blood. Sounds like somebody served up some long pig. This last religion, even my producer has never heard of, is called Zoroastrianism. And it's not a Mexican bandit robbing people. As I was reading it, I'm like, this is just a hybrid between Hinduism and Buddhism. And there really isn't that many of them out there, and they really aren't overly aggressive. So they live and let live just like the Buddhists. Now imagine this hilarious scene. You go into some Zoroastrian church, you see Zorro nailed to a cross, turned upside down. How cool would that be? Yeah, it's Zorro. He's nailed to a cross. He f***ed up. And with that, I'm wrapping up Atheonic. And I hope the atheists out there who like my site, share this with your buddies. But if you're upset, comments below, because I love them and they warm my black dead heart. If you're not going to go to church and get shakedown by the shakedown plate, why don't you take that money and throw it to us in the links below on our Patreon and PayPal links, so we can keep doing this. And while we're at it, please hit the subscribe button, because if you do, I won't bang your wife and have her tell you it's immaculate conception. I've read the Quran, and there is some pretty reprehensible stuff in there, but it's just as reprehensible as what's in the first bookers. It's just, we have a lot of people today taking it literally, which I think is ridiculous. There are some peaceful Muslims out there, that is true. But right now, we have a lot of them doing very reprehensible shit, and they're blaming it on what it says in the Quran. Nuns having sex, winning? Oh, hell no, you're going to hell. You ever been to a Catholic church? Oh, yeah. You film weddings. I mean, it's like blackmail. Getting shaken down by God, winning? No.